So the debate continues of who Melanie should have dated. Trey Wiggs of Derwin. Melanie honestly fumbled Trey Wiggs. He actually was a guy. He was actually everything that Derwin Davis was trying to be. So Melanie was the one that lost in the end. Hi, you guys. This is Rain Said That, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be talking about one of the worst relationships on the game. Well, one of them, because the worst for me is Jason and Kelly, but we'll talk about that in the next episode. Let's talk about why Duran was so jealous of Trey Wiggs. Trey Wiggs had the career that Derwin wanted. He was literally on the bench. He was a rookie. He was literally washing jock straps, and he was literally kissing butt and still did not get a main, slot until later on within his career, where Trey was already smoking right out of college. $80 million contract. He's literally the Malik Reich of his team, but he's more humble, has morals, he has standards, and he wants maritally. And honestly, he's the best choice for Melanie. They have a lot of things in common. He's very supportive of Melanie. The thing that Melanie doesn't really understand is that, Trey is in love with her, but Derwin is not in love with her as much as he is in love with himself. And he was not willing to make any kind of sacrifices for Melanie or anything like that, where Trey Wiggs would drop anything for Melanie. Drop anything. She called car in the middle of the night. He would come fly and go and see her. And he always was helping her with her issues and problems because honestly, he is the best choice for her. He was the best option for her. And I don't understand why she did not see it. I don't know why she didn't want Trey. Her life would have been a lot more easier. And honestly, I feel like her mom and her dad would actually been more receptive to Trey than Duran, because everyone can see how selfish Duran is. But Melanie, she chased this man all around the world, and he just like, well, that's what you should do because I'm a football player. And then he even said that her career as going to medical school was a backup plan for them, not that he support her being a doctor. And then remember when she didn't even get her white coat because she failed her classes and he was laughing? Yeah, a clown. He do not like you. This is a sign that Derwin Davis did not like Melanie as much as Melanie likes Derwin Davis. But Trey loved Melanie, and she just literally played him to the left. She played him to the side. And honestly, she's making bad decisions with her life. And this is why her mom was trying to tell her that she needs to do better, but she never wanted to listen because she wants to chase behind Derwin. I mean, you want to be a part of the Sunbeams. You want to be a part of the football team. Okay, good. You can be doing that with Trey. Trey understands that you want to be a doctor. His mom loves you. You help him study in school, and he already knew your value and self-worth. He put Melanie up on a pedestal. Okay, there was nothing that she done that he would, not excuse. And you can see on this episode where he was like, my mom likes you. He would have put a ring on it, not because she was pregnant. It's because he would have made her a wife, because that's how he seen her the whole time. Now, Duran wanted to be manipulative and wanted to cut off, Dion. But only reason why he's cutting her off is because he's asking her to cut off Trey Wiggs, which is a whole different type of sacrifice, because Melanie Ben was not liking Dion the whole time. So you waited until you had a reason to cut her off, is because that you don't want her to be seen with Trey Wiggs because he's a bigger star than you. And your ego is so small, and you don't want her to be upgrading. Because honestly, let's be honest here. If Melanie would have dated Trey Wiggs, it would have been an upgrade. I mean, she's still riding the bus at this point, and the car that he got her, he didn't even have to pay for it because it was an endorsement. And then remember, they both were sharing a car, and he still had her back on the bus going to medical school. Come on now. Let me know this. And so she ended up calling Trey when he wanted her to meet him at the chimichanga place before he heads out of town. And she was like, well, I can't, talk to you no more. We can't be friends no more, because Duran said that he's uncomfortable with our friendship. And that was just such a foul move. And honestly, I feel as though that she should have never cut it off with him. But again, she was manipulated to doing so because he let go of Dion, because she never liked Dion the whole time. But since he wanted to feel so strongly about Trey Wiggs. That's why she decided to let him go, even though it was a tad bit too late, because she had already went out to go eat chimichangas with him and his mom. And this is where they had called her in the tabloids, and they were saying that Trey Wiggs is catching beauties on and off the field. And this is why he was so embarrassed when he came into the locker room with Jason and Malik, because they didn't know that he was talking about him. And they had all the t-shirts on when they had Trey and Melanie on that t-shirt, and he was embarrassed, and he was about to end the whole relationship based off a tabloid. But you literally cheated, though. You literally was cheating on this girl on off season. That is so crazy to me. He wants to go around and end a whole 4-year friendship, and he literally gave her the silent treatment. She literally was trying to do everything to get him to talk to him. He was like, oh, I'm fine. Ignored her for literally weeks at a time, all because of a t-shirt in the tabloids. Ain't you famous? Ain't you supposed to be, on top of the gossip and stuff like that? No, you're just mad because it was Trey Wiggs and it was not you. And, you already don't have nothing going on in your career. And this is why you try to take out your frustration out on Melanie, when literally you're the problem, because if you're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to do, you could have been out here making a name for yourself. But now you're trying to punish Melanie because you feeling so small and compared to Trey Wiggs because you're jealous. You're jealous. And honestly, I feel like that's when she should have left him. I don't think that she should have, explained anything, because he was about to be willing to let her walk away from the whole relationship if it wasn't for Jason and Malik telling him, oh no, you need to, fix your relationship. And he was like, I gave her the green light. What? You're going to give her the green light to go back home? Like, you're trash. This is why I never liked Derwin. I never liked their relationship. I honestly wanted her to be with Trey Wiggs so bad because they make the best couple. But honestly, she could not see it because she wanted to be chasing behind Derwin, which I don't even know what for. Because he literally turned you into a stepmom. He got successful, and he honestly showed his true colors. See, he was struggling when he met her. Remember, he was a struggling football player when he met Melanie. And then once he got a little taste of the limelight, he showed his true colors, where Trey was already that guy, and Trey was literally remained the same person that she knew in college. So this is where she made her biggest mistake from. And then he goes to a party with Malik and meet Drew Sidora, talking to this girl the whole night, acting like he is single out here in these streets, act like he don't have a fiance at home. And that's not act like that he wanted to marry Melanie because he wanted to marry her. He thought he was pregnant at first, and he got mad because she said no, she wasn't ready for marriage, but he only wanted to marry her because he thought she was pregnant. And then he was like, maybe I wanted to marry you because I love you. If that was the case, why you never gave her a ring before that? Why were you never talking about marriage before she got pregnant with a baby? This man is a clown. He says, oh, I'm a Christian man. No. Soon as you got that first touchdown, people start saying your name on the intercom. People are finally giving him a little bit of recognition, and he don't really know how to act. This is who he is. And then when he got back from hanging out with Drew Sidora all night in that hotel, he walks in the house and was like acting like nothing happened, and because he wasn't even going to tell her until Drew Sidora called her house. And she was like, well, how did Drew get this number? He was like, famous people been no, because he gave Drew the number. And then Drew ended up calling his cell phone, and he was acting like that she wasn't even there. She was acting like that Melanie wasn't even there the whole time. They was having this whole conversation like she wasn't even in the room. And that's when she was like, oh, well, do you want to do the music video? And he was like, oh yeah, this is a great opportunity. And so Melanie didn't really catch it because he was already getting jealous, but she was trying not to get jealous because, his name is ringing bells. But this was the situation right here where he was started showing his true color, his true self right in front of her face. And she was pretty much in denial. But honestly, he was again lying to her, manipulating to her again, talking about, oh, this is just business. It wasn't just business because you was out hanging with this girl all night. But again, if Melanie was there to see the whole situation, then she would have known what was going on behind her back. But since he did go out with Malik, and that was Malik's date, and things went wrong, he was just trying to act like that he was just being such a good guy. But no, he's ready to cheat on off season because he don't have anything to do. Football is not in session. And since Melanie is, she's still studying, she's still going to school, Even during off season and on season, she's still going to school. So there was nothing that she was doing any differently what she has already not been doing. So as soon as he get on set to the music video, he's back flirting with her, bought her some cake, acting like he's single, and he has not once mentioned his girlfriend, has not once mentioned Melanie at all. And the person that initiated the whole kiss was Derwin. Yes, she was flirting, he, ha, ha, ha. I mean, she did get all in his face, but, she was making a joke. But he actually was the one that leaned in for that kiss because he been wanting to cheat on her the whole time. I mean, you met this girl on Saturday and you already kissing this girl on Sunday. It's crazy. But she has to break up her whole 4-year friendship with Trey Wiggs because you're uncomfortable, but you literally was cheating on her on the second day, lying to her and acting like nothing was going on. And then you try to flip the script on her, trying to act like that she has something going on with her study buddy in school. But it's because you literally are texting Drew, thinking about Drew the whole time, kissing Drew, acting like that she your girl. And you even drag Jason into it while you spy on her at the coffee shop when she's studying for school. Like, this is crazy. This is the most craziest, the worst relationship I've ever seen on TV. And then he's acting like that he's not doing anything wrong the whole time. Then trying to downplay it to Jason. Jason like, you're cheating. And he was like, it's nothing going on here. Yes, it is, because you feel guilty for that kiss that you did with Drew Sidora. But he never felt guilty about the first night that he was with Drew Sidora the whole night, though. He just downplaying it because he has nothing to do without football. He don't have no hobbies. He don't play basketball. His whole friends with everybody in the football industry. That's it. He don't go fishing. He don't go biking. He don't garden. He don't do nothing. So he expects Melanie to drop everything that she's been doing for him in off season, but he wouldn't do it for her, though. He wouldn't do it for her. He don't even want her going to school. He doesn't even want her going to school. And then on top of that, he's still seeing Drew after this whole situation where he's trying to act like that he's not doing anything, trying to flip the script on her. Then he's saying that Melanie's not being supportive, which I do understand that because he was moving up and up, but she was still going to school. So I can feel like he can feel as though he's being lonely at that point. But at the same time, why you're not telling her anything? You're telling Drew everything that you should have been telling Melanie. And this is the same night where you end up cheating with Drew. And it's also the last conversation he had with Melanie. She was like, you know what, we should just go ahead and get married, because she feel as though, she was sitting there self-reflecting and things of that nature, and she wanted to make things right with him. So he was like, why won't you drive all the way down here and propose to me like I proposed to you at the football field? And 10 minutes later, he was sleeping with Drew, and now he's mad because he got caught. So Melanie broke up with him. She's trying to go back to the apartment to get her stuff, and he's not trying to allow her to leave. So this is when Trey comes in to save today. Her future man, her future husband, could have been, because she fumbled him too, trying to chase after Derwin still. So basically, Derwin gets hemmed up by Trey. Trey literally tells Melanie she had to go downstairs. He got this handled. And honestly, she was just like worried about Derwin at first, but she eventually left. And I don't understand why Derwin tried to sucker punch Trey, and now you're looking stupid again. He got a better career than you. Nice guy, wants Melanie, makes more money than you, and he's willing to upgrade Melanie's life. She should have began to, heal from that relationship, and then, open the door slowly for Trey Wiggs. And then she could have got married to Trey Wiggs, could have had children with Trey Wiggs, while all at the end of the day being a doctor. That was the end goal that I had for Melanie. I was rooting for her, but obviously it took a turn for the worse, because I honestly thought that Trey had everything, going. He had her exactly where he needed to be. He had the perfect opportunity. Even though people on Reddit was saying that, Trey's not a good guy because he came at a vulnerable state. But no, he always been there for her. Anytime that she ever needed something, he was always one call away. So is honestly Melanie the one who's making bad decisions. Now, do I think that she should have slept with Trey? No. I feel like it was too soon. Like, she was using Trey as a rebound. And honestly, I feel as though that he should have stopped it. So yeah, he didn't, because, he's been waiting his whole life for that one moment, for that one night. He was waiting his whole life for that one moment, and one thing led to another, but in the backfiring on Trey. Well, honestly, it wasn't his fault though, because she never liked him in the first place. Even though she slept with him, even though he wanted to be official with her, even though he bought her a truck and a condo, it wasn't enough. I feel like Melanie would not ever be satisfied with Trey. He gives and gives and gives, and she only wants Trey on her terms. That's it. She only wants Trey when she wants Trey and needs Trey. Just like Duran do to her, she does this to Trey. And honestly, I feel like that she fumbled, because at the end of the day, who really won in this situation? It wasn't Melanie. Melanie turned out to be a stepmom dealing with baby mama drama. Like, too much. And Trey didn't need that drama in his life. He was such a good guy. He was such a caring guy. And honestly, all the drama that she's putting him through was unnecessary. And then she's playing with his emotions and feelings, and obviously his money, because he bought her a truck and a condo. So no, I don't feel bad for Melanie. I don't feel bad that the whole situation with Derwin crumbled, because you already seen it coming. But you literally crumbled Trey dreams and hopes when you know that he likes you. You always knew that, he wanted you, and you already knew that he was always going to be there when you wanted him to, because he liked him. And then on top of that, you still got him to pay for your school tuition after denying him the truck, the car, the condo, and basically saying, oh, you're just a friend. Put him right back in the friend zone after he went and got your stuff from your ex-boyfriend house. So yeah, Melanie's going down bad. She deserved everything that she got. Well, all 3 seasons of the game. She just all over the place. She does not make best decisions. And honestly, her and Derwin deserve each other. So done with them.